19 hours. That's how much online video people are watching on average in a week. And the demand for video is only growing. If you're a content creator, you know the struggle of picking between quality and quantity to grow your channel, especially if you're on a tight budget. But who says you can't have both? With Storyblocks, you get all the stock content you need to create amazing videos fast. While most stock libraries have expensive pay-per-clip pricing, Storyblocks gives you unlimited downloads for one set price. Download anything from a library of millions of 4K and HD footage clips, After Effects templates, music, sound effects, images, and more. Everything is covered by our industry-leading licensing that lets you share your videos anywhere, anytime. Plans start at just $15 a month. Find all the stock you need and create faster than ever, so you can tell your story your way. Visit storyblocks.com/redcircle to learn more.
Hello and welcome back to Potted Together. Wait, is that how we do it?
The Potted Together podcast.
Okay. Gosh, I'm just all sorts of just not in my element. Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Potted Together podcast. My name is Adam and I am joined by my co-hosts Becca and Nicole. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm currently in my friend's house because I'm house sitting, and they have this beautiful dog, and I think he heard me talking, and now he's sitting next to me. But
aw, what a sweet boy! Oh, look at, and there's Leo. Leo's in frame too.
Leo,
we have got all sorts of doggies. Okay, well, today's topic, we're going to speak about coming up with content ideas, whether that's for Instagram, whether that's for YouTube, what have you, and also, you know, working with brands, just our input in the whole world of social media. Plant social media, maybe, I don't know. But first, as always, we have to do our catch up and find out how everyone's doing. And I feel like both of you have some big stuff happening in life at the moment. I mean, not me, but anyway, who wants to catch up first?
I'll go. I have a fun story. So yeah, I have a lot going on, too much to even think about with moving and stuff. We didn't record last week because I got my second vaccination and so did Becca.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we took a little break last week. I was just not feeling it. I was fatigued and I just needed to rest, but I would do it again. Go get vaccinated. But yeah, so I have a fun story though. So yesterday, and I already told this to you guys, but I feel like I need to share it with the world to get it off my chest. So I was leaving the new house after doing some work, and I go to get in my car and my phone falls face down onto the concrete. And you know when you drop your phone, you just already know. Before you pick it up, you just have it you know that screen's going to be shattered, you know?
Yeah, there's just a certain sound it makes. You're like, yes, yep, that was it.
And I have a protective case around, on my phone. It's in a case that's got rubber edging all around it. So if it would have fell on the side or in the corner, my phone would have been fine. But no, it fell literally face down on the pavement. And I picked it up. Sure enough, the screen protector was completely shattered. So I get home and I'm like, okay, another screen protector bites the dust. I need to get a new screen protector. So I'm on Amazon scrolling. I'm like, ooh, found one, $10, winning. And then I go to try to take the screen protector off my phone. And it turns out my phone doesn't have a screen protector on it.
Oh, no. When you texted us that, I was like, oh, gosh. I'm just picturing you trying to pick off the corners. And you're just why isn't this working?
That's it literally took me way too long, longer than I'd like to admit, to realize I didn't have a screen protector on my phone. So my actual screen is just shattered. So I called Jay and I'm like, please tell me I have insurance on my phone. He's like, I don't know why you need to know that, but no, you don't, because you said, why would I get insurance? That's stupid. I have
That totally sounds like something you would say.
I have a screen protector and a case on my phone, and I'm thinking, why don't I have a screen protector on this $1,000 phone, right? But I had one and I cracked it, and it was bothering me because it was like this little tiny crack in the corner. So I picked it off and took it off and never ordered a new one. Classic. Classic.
There you go. That'll do it.
So now I'm looking at your beautiful faces through a shattered iPhone screen, and it's, it's constantly a memory.
There is a little haze to your camera. I didn't know if it was because it was dark there or if that's just...
Probably because Oh, no, yeah, it's cracked in there.
I would stop touching it because it's just going to fall apart.
Or I'm going to slice my finger off.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
I mean,
so
time for an upgrade.
Time for an upgrade, yeah. So I will be upgrading my phone soon. Either that or I'm going to just fix the screen. I haven't made up my mind yet, but I'm pretending it's not shattered. That's what I'm doing right now. So that's my update.
I don't even know how you're living with that because, like, I just feel like your personality, as opposed to Becca and I, like, I think Becca and I could, like, we'd have a cracked screen, whatever, but you'd be like...
No, I am. Trust
Must
me.
fix now.
Okay.
I've been very tense the past couple of days.
Need a little shoulder massage. Should we do like a breathing exercise where we drop our shoulders and breathe in?
Ooh, I just got the chills a little bit just by doing that.
Oh,
Exhale.
ghosts? Are there ghosts in there?
Okay, I legit.
I'm
had
the
that
only one
thought
taking
last
this
night.
seriously. I was doing a breathing.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm literally like being like a yoga person, and you guys are like, anyway, so like my phone. I got the shawls.
Ain't nobody got time to breathe.
Oh my.
So what
Sorry,
about you,
okay.
Becky?
I quit my job. Is that the news you were referring to?
Yeah.
Woo! Yes, I quit my job. I talked about it on my YouTube channel. If you haven't seen my most recent Q&A, I quit my job, which is really exciting. I'm a full-time De La Plants employee.
That is so fun.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm so excited for all of this. Basically, this whole week has been my first week doing this. As of Monday, I was on my own, and I've just been kind of puttering around the house, I really haven't done that much work this week, I'm going to be honest. But
that's okay.
like,
you need
I
a
just
little
needed
break.
a break. Yeah, I needed a little transition. Like, usually between jobs, you give yourself like some time, right? Like, I don't know. I just needed a little bit of time. But today I'm like back working. Yesterday I did a little bit, but yeah, today I'm like editing videos and stuff. But it's just crazy. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, full-time DLT.
It's exciting. It's full, like, really exciting. And I feel like from the moment that you told us, it just feels like you are lighter. Like, you've just been like, it's like this burden has been released off of you, and it's just like, I don't know. That brings me joy on your behalf.
Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, your guys' support has been so helpful and just nice to have. I do feel much lighter because I don't have like the obligation of working for someone else and then like feeling guilty for doing my own thing. Like, it's just really nice to not have any guilt to do what I love. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could just put that much more energy into yourself now, which is so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I can actually text back my therapist.
There you go.
Talked to her in a while. She's like, "Are you okay?" But yeah, it's really good.
I've told some of my friends, I'm like, if I don't reply to your text within like the first 10 minutes of receiving it, I'm never going to reply to it. And and if I don't reply to it, it probably means I'm just not wanting to look at my phone right now. So, but my therapist doesn't text me.
Yeah. Oh man, she's the best. I have a little app. We talk on an app. It's fun. But
Oh, that's nice. I need to get me one of those.
yeah, definitely very good to do it that way. But yeah, that's basically what's been happening. I went to IKEA yesterday. I got the Millsbo, the greenhouse
Woo!
IKEA cabinet. IKEA greenhouse cabinet. Sorry, word order. I always screw up word order. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. I drove out there at like midday and I did the IKEA thing. I tried really hard to go in through the exit so I wouldn't have to go through the entire IKEA. Like, I hate that. I hate it so much. I'm such a person that's like efficiency. I know exactly what I want when I go into a store. Like, I hardly ever go into a store and I'm like, la, 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 what am I going to get? You know, it's not often that I do that. So I already knew what I wanted. And I had to like navigate through IKEA, the maze that is IKEA. It was terrible. And I ended up in the lighting section like 3 times. Like, it was the worst. But anyway. Got my cabinet. I bought the second to last one. The person who was walking behind me actually grabbed the last white one. So really, if I didn't go yesterday, I would not have gotten it. I would have had to wait.
Yeah.
Or I would have had to buy a black one, which wouldn't have been the end of the world, but I probably would have wanted to spray paint it white because my kitchen, I want to put it in my kitchen, and my kitchen has white cabinets. So I wanted it to kind of match the vibe. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
I'm trying to think because I know that there's another cabinet that people make into the IKEA cabinet. It's called the Fabricor or something.
Oh, I haven't heard
I
of
don't
that.
know that one.
I can't
There's
think
another
of
one
what
that starts
the
with an
Millsbo
R.
is.
Wait, you can't picture the Mills bow?
No, I don't know why. Because I feel like maybe I'm getting it mixed up with the Fabricor or whatever.
The Mills bow is like the OG.
Oh, okay.
Like,
so it's like the
iconic.
2-door. Did you get the tall one or did you get the short, stubby one?
Oh, I got the tall one.
Okay. The OG. Okay.
The OG.
Yep.
Although
Cool.
I've seen it done like both ways, and it's cute. Like both ways
Yeah.
is cute.
The short one would actually be kind of cute for the kitchen. Oh, damn. I might be having some regrets right now. But the short one would be fun for the kitchen because you could do like a little coffee cart on top of it. Or like
you could.
you could put like, I don't know, more plants on top of it. Really with the one that I got, it's just the cabinet situation. So, which is fine. Like, obviously, it's the one I wanted. I think that they also had the shorter one in stock. But yeah, the shorter one would be good for a kitchen because you can put kitchen stuff on top of it. But I wanted it to be like eye level so I could see
Yeah.
everything, not have to bend over.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like really my update. Honestly, I don't have like much else, but today we're going to be talking about like YouTube stuff basically the whole time. So I'm sure that we'll all have like fun things to say, personal anecdotes and whatnot to talk about our YouTube experience. And my Wi-Fi connection is really bad today because you keep disappearing.
Yeah, you're a little
Yeah.
fuzzy.
Is it just me? What Wi-Fi network am I on? I'm just talking to myself at this point. Hello?
No, you're there.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Okay. I can. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what about you, Adam? How was your week?
You know, I guess since the last time we talked, not much has been happening. We've gotten in the pool. We've opened up the pool. Pool is a brisk 78 degrees, which is actually kind of chilly when you first get in, but then you get really used to it. And then when the sun's beaming down on you, it's just like the perfect temperature. So that's been nice.
Love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing else like of substance other than, you know, me being a kid sitter for the next few days, taking kids to school, all that fun stuff. I'm a pretend parent.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty boring.
How long are you there till? So what day do you go home?
Saturday. I think they're
Okay.
coming back on Saturday, so not too many days.
Yeah.
Long enough to enjoy being a daddy without all the pressure.
Without all the
Yeah.
They're older
Thankfully-
kids though, right?
Yeah, they are older. The youngest
Like, no
is a sixth
diapers.
grader. Yeah, no diapers. Wouldn't be able to handle that, I don't think. But
Yeah, you can.
they're just great kids, so I think I'm excited, like, because it's just kind of like hanging out. We play Mario Kart, Mario Party. It'll be fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that's fun.
But yeah.
Very cool.
So today's topic, content creation. Now, I know that like we probably think that would probably go to YouTube, but I think I want to throw in Instagram in there too, just because that's really the only thing I've been active on as of late.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. It's definitely, it all goes hand in hand for sure.
Yes. So plant content creation really on any platform. So we got, I said plant form. We can also talk about TikTok.
Oh yeah, TikTok.
Tickies.
Which Nicole is still not on.
Come at me.
She gets it with the reels though.
There you go.
Okay. Well, I guess first, I don't even know how to kind of organize this topic, but do we want to like talk about how we come up with video ideas for YouTube?
Yeah, we've
First?
gotten that question quite a few times, like in DMs about, well, we've gotten a lot of suggestions from people in DMs about topics to do for the podcast. But yeah, I've also gotten that question from other content creators and other people about just like how I come up with so many videos like 2 times a week, you know? So yeah, I think that'd be a good topic to talk about for people and other content creators that might be listening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my formula is basically I have a few like series installed on my channel. So videos that like video concepts that are familiar to viewers. And then I have like random videos that'll come in and out. And I always ask for requests because I don't know what, that just helps me stay connected with my audience so they know, like I know what they want. But, typically I brainstorm a lot of video ideas. Like sometimes I'll be falling asleep and a video idea will come to me and I'll wake up and write it down really fast. Mm-hmm. Just like throughout the day, I don't know. I'm not even really thinking about my channel and then something will pop up and then I write it down. And then it'll either sit there for a very long time or I'll make it a video. So a combination of requests and that type of thing and series is how I come up with my ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I love your idea about like doing series. I feel like I should do more of those. I actually thought of this and I may have heard it from somebody else, but I try to get some inspiration from my own channel, which might seem like super conceited, but not.
Hello,
I'll go back.
narcissism. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I want to create videos that people want to see and want to watch. And I feel like, we may feel like we're being repetitive, but we're getting new subscribers every single day. So there's so many people every week that are new to our channels and maybe didn't see those older videos. So earlier in the year, I kind of went back into my YouTube Studio is what it's called, where we can see like all of our older videos and just kind of looked up what videos did the best, which one got the most views and like which one just performed really well. And kind of put a spin on those same videos or maybe did like an update on those plants or something like that and kind of rolled with that. Not obviously not recording the same exact video, but kind of taking ideas from those videos. And since they perform so well, I was like, well, my newbies would probably want to see something like this too,
Yeah, I don't really have a specific, sometimes I'll get like a random burst of creativity or an idea. And just this week I had one because I haven't done a video in a long time. But somebody following me on Instagram on Monday was like, she messaged and said that her brother had a moisturizer that had Hoya lacanosa flower extract. And then it sent me down a rabbit hole on finding about Hoya flowers and skincare. And yeah, it's a pretty big thing. Like Hoya flowers are really good for your skin. So I ordered that moisturizer and then I also ordered some face oils that have Hoya. And so I'm going to like just do like a first impression video of them because I was like, okay, botanics and skincare, like it's kind of cool. But
very cool.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
I know one of the face oil was like Sonia Drakkar. It was kind of expensive, but I'm excited to try it because I do use face oil every day. But right now I've been using one from Julep. But I'm excited to smell it and see how it goes. I don't know. I think it'll be fun.
That is so interesting.
But yeah, well, now that I said that, I'm gonna have to do that video. 'Cause
I was
part of
just
me's
gonna.
like, maybe.
I was just gonna say. I was like, now you better do it quick. Now the pressure's on because someone's gonna
you're
take
locked
that
in.
idea.
But I guess, like, for me personally, with my channel, as far as YouTube goes, like, I'll film when I just like feel creative. I don't know. I'm not one to just like. I'm not as organized as you two. I'm not ahead on filming at all. I usually just film, edit, and for some reason it seems like editing a video takes so much of like my mental strength that as soon as I'm done editing, like I can't even imagine starting another one. And also, like, this is my personality issue here too, is that like I can't film multiple videos. Like I have to film, edit. It has to be complete before I can like do another one, which is so dumb. I need to like break that.
I
Yeah.
think that might be the literally only thing that's different about you and Becca. Because I'm having a hard time finding differences in you two. You guys seriously are the same person. But yeah, that's probably the only difference. So you don't feel that way, huh, Becca? Like you could just pump them and then edit. Yeah.
No, I think like for me, I film like multiple videos at once, even if, especially if I'm filming vlog style, like I'm currently filming like 3 different videos at the same time. So it is a little confusing with all the footage getting mixed up. That's the only downside to that. So I just need to figure out a situation for that. But yeah, having like multiple channels and multiple outlets that I put things on, I'm always filming everything at the same time. And I think that really is the only difference between us, Adam, because like, okay, I'm a wing 3 and you're a wing 5. So
There you go.
yeah, it makes sense. I'm very much like Nicole in that like organized and wanting things to be planned and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And I honestly, it's something that I definitely should just like kind of work at bettering myself with, because I usually film at night. So I set up my lighting, and that takes me a hot minute to like get lighting set up. And I'm like, why the heck aren't I filming more than one? If I'm like putting all the work to like set this up, I should film like a couple. I just change my shirt or whatever, or maybe not even do that. I don't know.
Yeah, just do it like me. Just don't change your hair or your shirt and just record 5 in a row. Put them all out back to back.
But I mean, that's a very good point that you have as far as like filming, Becca, as far as filming multiple videos at the same time, because like I'm gonna start this travel channel. It's in the works, because traveling is gonna be a thing again. And I've been following like travel vloggers, and they can take a trip to like Hawaii, like, or Disney World, and they can make like 20-25 videos, because some of the videos are like my favorite food at Disney World, and some are like my favorite rides at Disney World. And to me, like, I was thinking so in the box of like I needed to do day 1, day 2, day 3, but no, I don't.
Right.
Like I can break that down into like content for a month or for a week or for a couple months kind of thing. And same with like cruising and stuff. So I think I just need to like readjust my thought there, because I'm very linear with my video content making.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that's straight about me.
Okay. Well, that, I think especially with your travel, I don't know. You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to, because you can make like so many pieces of content out of that one thing.
Well, I was gonna say maybe we can jump into Instagram, because woof, I suck at Instagram. So maybe we can like jump over to that.
Yeah, Instagram would be a good one.
I don't think you suck at Instagram. I think you need to
I need to plan my posts
a little nicer.
to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
Well, when
talk about
it's
my friend
3
like
p.m.
that.
and I realize it's Monday and I haven't posted anything.
Well, your life is crazy right now. So,
Yeah.
hey, don't be hard on yourself. I did notice that in that text, and I was like, hey, don't talk about my friend like that.
Yeah,
you
and to
guys
be
are
honest,
sweet.
I didn't even notice we didn't make a post on the potted together
Okay.
thing. So
Honestly,
I
I did
was
not
not
even
even
notice.
Yeah.
Because Becca's probably not logging on to Potted Together because that's not on her agenda, and like you did your part. It's it's me for me to remember to post about it. Well, because like we always say, like, go check out our post from today, and people are like, these fuckers are slacking, man.
Wait, you know that TikTok? You fuckers, I will rain hellfire. You know that?
Yeah. You motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Nicole, hey, it's okay. But for like, okay, for Instagram, listen, I don't know how or why, but at some point Instagram just really slowed down growth for me, and then YouTube took off, and I have no idea why or how. And I can sometimes get down on myself about it when I see people, like, remember in our video we were talking about like, oh, like, do you ever get jealous or whatever?
Yeah.
And I said, like, I do definitely get jealous of other people, like, numbers wise, because I'll see people like who started after me who just go whoosh, like way surpass my following or whatever else. And it's really hard not to compare. But I think that's like the number one thing that you shouldn't do. So I'm saying this out loud for myself because, you never know. They could be putting in like so much time and effort, or they could have joined at the right time. Instagram is like so weird. Like, it's such a strange platform to try to grow on. I've found, at least, because it's very like really good sometimes and like really bad other times. But the bottom line is it's just like a really great tool to connect with people. That's what it is for me. I use it to connect with people, and if it grows, it grows. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make friends on Instagram,
I will say that while I'm not the best at Instagram or YouTube right now, like, let's be honest, I'm giving myself some grace on that. But I do still try to post in stories a lot. And I did notice, like, a few weeks ago, I had maybe 30 stories. It was ridiculous, like a ridiculous amount of stories. But I was doing a lot of polls because I just find them fun. And they were like random polls, like not even about plants. And the interaction that people had with them boosted me well over the views that I normally get, so I'm wondering, and then I started gaining a lot of followers, and I'm just wondering if that had anything to do with it. Like story like engagement alone is probably what does it. So I feel like, even though I don't post on my grid often, stories are so easy because you could just grab your phone and you can just record some content, or like take a few pictures of your plants, and it's so easy to post that way without having to write a caption or description or whatever. And I feel like it definitely still helps.
Yeah. I loved that story when you did that, when you're like, when your stories were about like, do you call it this or this, soda or pop? And then it was like, did I buy this? Yes or no? And I really enjoyed that. I was just like going through all of them.
It's funny because I looked at which ones you looked at, and I was like, man, Adam's getting all these wrong. Like, does he even know me?
No, apparently not. What was that one thing that I was like, you should have bought that? I can't. If it was a pot, it was some kind of hanging pot.
There were a few things that I regretted not picking up, but I may just go back. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like my Instagram game. I don't even know. I mostly post on stories. Like, there was a while there where I was like posting a plant photo every single day, but I haven't gotten new plants in like 6 months. Yeah, maybe like maybe even longer than that. So then I was like, oh, I don't know if I should keep posting the same ones over and over. But at some point, well, I think at the beginning of 2020, I switched to have like. I used to just do it in front of I used to just take a photo. I use my phone. I don't use a DSLR. And I take a picture. I used to take a picture in front of a white wall. And then I kind of switched to like, okay, well, this is kind of getting boring to me. Not to anyone else. So to me personally, like I was like, I'm kind of bored with this. So then I started doing the LED backlighting so I could change the color each day. And I actually really enjoy that. But then I'm kind of reaching that point now where I'm like, okay, well, this is getting a little boring. But I've started to add in photos of myself because, to be honest, on Instagram, if someone's following me, and I look at their page and I don't even know if it's a man, if it's a woman, if it's any gender. I don't know. I'm less likely to follow back because I'm like, well, I don't even know. Like, you don't have a picture of yourself, so
If it's
I don't
just
even know
like
who
the
this
hand
is.
with a plant, you mean like just
Or even just like plants on shelves.
Right,
Like, it's really
right.
hard for me. Like, I want to see who to
you're
connect. I
following.
want to see who this is
Right.
as, you know, a person. But anyway,
Yeah.
beside the point. But I don't plan my posts because I couldn't for the longest time, and I actually probably couldn't even explain it now how to save as a draft. Because can you save
yeah.
it after you edit the photo?
yes.
Yeah. And you back
Okay,
out, like
well-
you're going to exit out, and then it asks you, save as a draft?
Yeah.
And you say yes.
Okay. But maybe I should attempt that. But basically what I do is I look at my plants that day. I look and see which one's like giving me vibes that I like, and then I just use that and take a photo of it.
Yeah.
And then I post it the same day. But I'm lucky enough to work from home even through like outside of the pandemic.
Right.
So that's a little easier for me. And like I said, I just use my phone. I have my light set up, so I just need to change the gel color to what color is next that time. And then I snap a photo. And again, stories is a lot more casual. And I love doing stories because I just feel like you get to know people better through their stories. It's not like this manufactured, like,
Curated post.
yeah, it's real life. Like, I'll grab my phone and be like, okay, well, as I'm like walking around doing plant care.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely will take a lot of, well, yeah, I plan out my posts, at least the photos themselves. I take photos, I edit them in Instagram, and then I save them as a draft. I've always done that pretty much. And I edit in Instagram. I mean, I was listening to this speech, or what is it called? Like this room on Clubhouse maybe like a month ago, and this person was saying that she did that, and then someone who's a photographer like butted in and was like, no, you really shouldn't be doing that. You should really be using Lightroom. It's
Oh
a
my
free app on your
God.
phone. You can make your own presets, blah blah blah. And she's like, it's just so much better. And in my mind, I'm like,
Who has time for that?
geez. Like, honestly, it's a photo of a plant. Like, what? And like, I guess in the end, like, if you make your own preset, you can just like copy the settings and it's really fast at that point. But also, like, a lot of people don't have that type of knowledge on
Right.
editing photos and everything. Like,
Plus Lightroom.
Also,
I don't
things are going to be different for each different picture. So, like, I don't understand having a preset because,
Yeah.
like, one picture might be, like, a little cloudier than the other.
yeah, you're always going to have to edit it anyway.
Yeah.
And Lightroom's
So-
not free. And they do have Lightroom Mobile, but you need to have
Yeah.
a Lightroom account, I believe. And it's not cheap. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's... you
I mean,
can-
I use Lightroom, but I also edit. I edit in Lightroom, and then I do some final edits in Instagram because it's, you know, it's a good editor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Instagram's really good. I mean, and I'm a photographer, so I could say that.
Yeah, I find that like the Instagram editing is just like so simplified.
Yeah.
And it makes the photos look good on Instagram, which is the whole point. Like, if I'm editing something for my website or whatever else, I'll probably edit in Lightroom or like a different photo editing app. But I don't know. I just think like you should make it as simple as possible for yourself because, okay, so this podcast episode is obviously us talking about like our sites or whatever, and like we have like a couple thousand followers or whatever. But if you don't and you're just wanting to document, which is how all of us started, literally just take the photos and post them and like use it as a little journal to document how your plants are doing and how you're doing and stuff like that, because that's really, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what all of ours still is. That's how it started and that's how it still is, because I can look back at my photos from, I don't know, 2019 and see plants that were tiny, tiny, tiny. And now they're like really big. And it's so cool to see that transformation. And if I didn't have my Instagram, I think that would get lost in my camera roll and I would never know or like look for it, you know? So it's just,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's just a nice way to document your plants and your journey with them. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny
Yeah.
you brought that up because I have like a running list of ideas for YouTube videos which I don't know why I struggle every week with making content. If I have this long list, I just don't feel like doing any of them.
Yes.
But there's this one idea I had to go back through, which I already did, go back through like my Instagram account from day one and see how many plants I've kept alive. And it was very interesting to see how many plants I don't have anymore from like 3 years ago. But yeah, it's definitely such a nice little journal.
When did you do that, Nicole? I want to copy you. That's a really good idea.
Do it. I didn't do it yet, so you can go ahead and roll with it.
Oh, no. I want you to do it first so that I can refer back to your video as my inspiration.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
I
put
really
it
do
out
like
this
that
week.
idea.
Thanks. I'm just kidding.
You're like,
Mama needs a video idea.
Yeah.
Mama doesn't have a job anymore, so I have a lot of time to create videos.
I guess. Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
I just wanted to say real
go ahead.
quick, because about the YouTube, I didn't really talk much about it, but finding inspiration is something that we all do. Just like that right there. Like our Truth or Drink video on the Potted Together YouTube, which if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It's pretty funny. I mean, I was involved in it, and I still have rewatched it multiple times and was laughing like
So did I.
multiple times. But I saw a bunch of creators in different areas doing Truth or Drink, and I was like, look, that like we can adapt that. Although like it's not really adapted, but there's different trends and like things you can pull from different areas of YouTube and adapt it and
Yeah.
and get inspiration from people. And if you're getting it directly from someone, yes, you should credit them at
Right.
least in the description or say it out loud. But it's just like, ideas are always floating around, and then you just got to grab them. So
Yeah. I think that's a really great way to grow. If you're wanting to grow, take a like quote unquote mainstream trend and blend it into your niche, like into plants. I think that's a really great way because people
we
are
all
already
did that with like I did like the 20 question. I got it from the makeup community, and it was like 20 something. I can't even remember what the title was now, but I remember a lot of people did it, and it totally adapted to plants.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a really smart way to include yourself in the rest of the YouTube community, but still being a part of like your specific niche or just any on TikTok too. Big time on TikTok. Like that is basically all my TikTok is trend videos morphed for plants. And some of them like really hit off, and I don't put much effort into TikTok, and I have almost 12,000 followers. Like, and
Wow.
I really don't spend that much time on it, but trends.
Dun, dun, dun.
The awkward silence, like Adam, you're darting eyes. I'm uncomfortable with that.
that was just me trying to think of like what we talk about next.
Literally, Adam, your eyes are like this. You're like,
like that one filter that has a crazy smile and the
scary.
eyes. I guess I want to say I didn't ever start my plant Instagram, and I think probably you two and even my YouTube, to be like, oh, I need to have this amount of followers, I need to be this successful, yada yada yada. I started it because it was something that brought me joy, and meeting people in plants brought me joy. I do feel like Instagram has changed, and I don't know if it's Instagram that has changed or me that has changed. I don't know if like the world has hardened me, but it just feels like the deep connections. I still have that with some people on Instagram, but it just feels like fewer than before. I don't know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't know if it's because people just like see a number of followers and think like, oh, like they'll never talk to me, but that's not the case.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to reply to everybody because I always tell them like, you took your time to say something to me. I'm going to say something back to you.
Yeah.
But it was really nice at the beginning because honestly, it helped with my mental state. I met a group of people who, liked the same things as me, and it was easy to talk to, and it just like expanded the world. But I wasn't like, and still am not focused on numbers. I don't look and see like, oh, I mean, have I before? Yes. Is it easy to fall into that trap? Yes. But, we're all on our own paths. So if you're constantly stressing and you're asking people like, how do I grow? How do I grow? How do I grow? Like maybe just like look within and see your motives. Because if your motives are to have a high number and to make lots of money, like, I don't know, it's easy to see that through someone's actions,
Right.
if that is a motive. And that turns me off
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally agree with you. And I feel like I was just having this moment a couple weeks ago, but then I was like, well, maybe it's just the state of life I'm in right now where I'm finding myself not on Instagram as more because those connections are really not like you said, you still have quite a few that you're connected with on Instagram. I do too, but it's very few. Like I feel like there were more when I first started out, and I was checking myself. I was like, well, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just not opening myself up to those connections or like engaging in those conversations, because like you said, if you're just in it for the reason of growing your number count and you just want to make money and you're not making those connections, it's probably not going to come as quickly and as naturally as you'd like it to come,
Yeah.
So, but I'm busy,
Yeah, I think people can just see right through that, like, ingenuine. I think ingenuine.
Disingenuine? Ingenuine? Disingenuine?
Ingenuine sounds wrong.
Disingenuine sounds right, but it also sounds wrong. I don't know.
Disingenuine. I don't know. But anyway, you guys know the word. Someone out there screaming. But
disingenuous.
Yeah, like
disingenuous.
disingenuous. Is that it?
Yeah, not candid or sincere.
Disingenuous. Wow. Okay. Very cool.
We got that. Thank you, Google.
It's not like I got an English degree or anything. Anyway.
I know. In
So-
your text message today, when you said conjunction, I was like, I didn't even know what a conjunction was. I still struggle. Like, Mad Libs are a fear of mine because if someone says, give me an adverb, I'll be like, I don't know what that means.
Quickly. Okay, an adverb, it's literally in the word. It adds to the verb. It describes the verb.
Okay,
Adds
so
to
a
the
verb. Oh, okay, so a verb is an action. Adverb
Yeah.
is like describing an action, like run fast.
Right.
Quickly.
Quick-
Or
oh, okay. Fastly.
yeah, I know. I almost said fastly.
Or maybe like adjective. I don't know what that is.
We're like the blind leading the blind right here.
Yeah.
We'll
Sorry,
do
I
a grammar
interrupted
lesson
that with,
later.
like, this whole tangent.
We'll do a grammar lesson later. I'll have my whiteboard set up for when you guys get here. I'll get my teacher outfit.
A noun is a person, place, or a thing.
Ooh, perfect.
1 point
No,
for
but-
Nicole.
So yeah. Where were we?
Disingenuine. You
Oh,
were
yeah.
talking about.
People can feel that. Like, I can feel that, and it feels really awkward, and like I don't like watching those people. Like, I don't know, the vibes just come through, obviously. And when somebody is like truly like on fire for what they love and what they're talking about, you can feel it through the screen. And like, I don't know, this is something that I'm really having to like remind myself, because as I said earlier, like, I'm doing this for, like, this is my full-time job now. So with that, like, I'm working with brands, and obviously brands that I like and have tested and enjoy, but I never wanted to feel like I'm just doing this ad, because that's not what it is. I'm doing this so that I can have my job, obviously. But I don't know, like, I don't know. I'm just worried that people would get the wrong idea because I'm a 4. But like, people, I don't know, people don't know me really. I mean, they do, but I don't know. It's kind of like a character, like, it's this like elevated version of me. Like, it is me, but it's me when I'm like the
Yeah.
most on.
When
I was
you're
going to say
turned
turned on.
When you're turned on. She wasn't going to go there.
I was like trying to like walk around it, but it's me when I'm turned on. I don't know. I think it's just really important to like remember. Where am I going with this? Now I'm nervous. But anyway,
No, I don't think you
it's
should be
something that
nervous.
I'm
And
thinking
I think,
of.
I think that there's one thing that, like, there's a lot of people who don't create content who, when they see an ad or a sponsored video, they're just like, oh, like, kind of an eye roll kind of a thing. And that's fine. Like, you can feel that way, but I feel like I want you all to know, although I've never done one, but I
well, the
respect people
podcast
who
will probably have them, at some point.
Because like that helps pay the bills. Like the videos take effort. They take time, mental time, they take equipment, and yeah. So I think maybe just like if you have that thought, maybe try to adjust, because your favorite person that you're watching, like, that's helping them out,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone told me in a comment, they were like, I really hoped that this video wouldn't be sponsored. You're a huge disappointment. Something like
You
that.
are
And I was
getting
like,
some
oh
hate
my
lately.
God.
And you know what that means? That you're on track to it. You're doing just fine. That's what that means.
Thank you.
People, it kind of aggravates me too, because I've gotten comments like that, not about the ads, but just stuff like that. And it aggravates me because it's just like, have you ever just stopped to think, like, when I used to watch YouTube video before I was a content creator, I was intrigued by just the average person creating videos for everybody to see. And I would always think, like, what went into this? And maybe that's the photographer in me, I'm not sure, but I would always think about it and be like, wow, that's so cool that they like added the music and they made those cuts, and then I wanted to research it. But I don't think the average person watching is really thinking about everything that goes into creating YouTube videos, especially people that are going to leave comments like that. And, when people do it full time, you have to get paid. It's your full-time job. That person, whether it's, a nurse or a photographer or whatever, retail worker, you're not going to go to work for free. So yeah, like Adam said, you just gotta, just watch the frickin' ads, just watch them. You might see
For
something
5
that
seconds.
you like.
Yeah. Or skip, I mean, that's what I told this person. I mean, I just said, like, maybe you just don't understand, because I think that a lot of the time that's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
they just don't. They just don't know how it works. And like, honestly, I could probably very confidently say that everyone who listens to our podcast is not a person who would comment something like that.
Right.
So that's a really good thing that like this audience is like very understanding. But I mean, I just think that people who get frustrated just must not know how it works,
Right.
They just must not get it. So, I mean, I'm sure that, if you understand it and you still get frustrated, well, then you're probably just like an interesting person. So I don't know, maybe find a different platform to watch videos on. But I don't know. In any case, should we just transition briefly into like working with brands and what that has looked like?
Yeah.
And like maybe what to look for, how to start, how to not get scammed. I don't know. We could just briefly talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think working with brands is something that there's not really there's not a playbook on.
No.
And the reason, like, how you figure it out is just by talking to other content creators and other people, because, when I first started my YouTube and it kind of grew a little bit, I had people reaching out to me about, well, the usual grow light. We have a grow light we want to send to you. And it was part laziness, part skepticism on my part, because I am a huge skeptic. I don't trust a damn person until they like earn it. And I've always lived by if it sounds too good to be true, it is. So when someone's offering something for free to make a video, I was like, yeah, this is BS. Like, I'm ignoring this message. And I still to this day get a lot of those messages, like a lot of grow lights, a lot of like grow tents, a grow yada, yada, yada. But I don't really reply to them, because every single one of these is just product for placement. Like, I'm going to give you this, you spend 4 to 5 hours of your time making a video, and what you get from it is a grow light that you didn't really need, because I don't really need a grow light. Like, I don't need a grow tent in my house. But I didn't really know how any of that worked until I started communicating with you guys and with other plant content creators and saw that, like, you know, the same things were going out to other people. Some people accepted them. Then they're like, oh, I have to make 5 videos. Like, they're telling me I have to make 5 videos. And I'm like, that is insane.
For a $100 light? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, this is a good topic because, so you've never taken anything like that, but I've definitely taken things like that. And I want to say it's definitely companies, mostly, not all, because some companies may be startup and maybe they don't know how it works and how advertising with YouTube creators should go. But a lot of these bigger companies that just mass email content creators are looking, and I'm going to use the word because I feel like it's true, preying on smaller YouTube channels that may not know in the same time like how it works. So I've had the Grow Light people, you know, there's tons of Grow Light companies, but I've had one reach out to me and I did it. And it was like, you know, you don't think about how much money goes into TV commercials, right? But like, who's really watching TV anymore? People just aren't watching mainstream television anymore, where thousands and tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of $1,000s goes into making TV commercials like Pepsi, Coke, all that. But now people are on YouTube, and I feel like a lot of people watch a ton of YouTube. So they're reaching out to these smaller creators because these smaller creators don't know that they should be charging for their time, or they shouldn't be doing product placement for just free product, because it's essentially going to end up making these companies a lot of money, because maybe you only have 1,000 subscribers today, but if you keep up with YouTube in the next couple of years, you may be in the hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And guess what? That video is going to be there still, and people are still going to be watching it. And I feel like none of us really understood that when we first got into creating videos on YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that's just important that's another reason why, like Adam said, talking to other creators is important before working with brands.
Yeah. I had that happen to me, like personal experience, the Grow Light thing. I made a video about this Grow Light. I didn't really want to make the video about the Grow Light. I told them I'm just going to say I didn't like it in the video because they still wanted me to make it. And it is one of the, like, in the top maybe 20 most viewed videos on my channel, which sucks because I still get comments on that video being like, well, how is this light treating you now? Like, what do you think now? Like,
you're like, it's in the trash.
It's years
she brought
later.
it to
I'm like,
the plant swap that I met her at.
I brought it to a plant swap, yeah. And like someone else is using it. There's nothing wrong with the light. I just didn't like it, you know?
Are you talking about that purple light? Because that's the same damn light I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And like, they sent me a $20 light, and they have likely made a couple $1,000 because that video has a lot of views, and I'm still getting, like, if someone's gonna watch an old video and then make a comment, they're like in it, you know, like it's one thing to just watch the video, but like if they're gonna comment, they're probably gonna buy the product, and that's happened like 10 times, you know. So like they've made a lot of money off of that, and because I'm so good at SEO. No, just kidding. I don't know how people are finding it. I honestly don't know how people are finding it. But yeah, that was a really good point, Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to, sidebar, need to be better at SEO, because like sometimes I just Google to be like, Hoya's that flower, like, because I did it, my most recent video, which was like 3 months ago, was about top 5 Hoyas that flower constantly. And it was a pretty good video, but it doesn't ever come up in like even the first 3 pages of videos. And I'm like, you know, I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we have
it's a
to
good
have
video.
We need to do a workshop. We need to have a schedule. We need
and
a
Becca
schedule.
needs to be the teacher.
I need to TubeBuddy. I've never used it, and I need to utilize it to maybe hopefully just find a more reach. But beside the point, back to the brand thing. I want to make clear that like I was not and will not shade anyone to take product for placement. You do your thing if that's what you want to do. I was eternally excited when some company reached out to me, little old me, and said like, "Hey, we'd like to send you something. Can you do a video?" And that's exciting. And then the further I got into it, and actually I never even accepted any of those. I was excited that I got an offer, but I never was like, yeah, I'll do it because I'm lazy. But the more I spoke to other creators and the more I spoke to or just watched people, and the more I realized that like you're free advertisement. You have built a community that trusts you, and then you're going to do a video for a product, and you're gonna make sales for that company, like regardless. At some point you're gonna make sales. Again, like Nicole said, that video is gonna live on the internet forever, and they are just wanting to give you a retail value of like $20.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like you're worth more than that. Your time's worth more than that. Your effort's worth more than that. Now, if you're in the market for like a humidifier and the one you want reaches out to you and says, we'd like to give you a free one if you do a video, then yeah, go for it. Like, do your thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't ever be ashamed of that. But also your worth and your word have value. And so if you're a creator and you're listening to this, or if you're wanting to be a creator, I just feel like that's something that I didn't know when I started, and I think I would like people to like know that from the beginning.
Also, just to touch base on that too, definitely if you're in the market for a humidifier and someone reaches out, like that's what happened with me too. And it was a great way for me to get a pretty expensive humidifier for my plants. You know, that was a benefit for me. It was worth it for me. So if it's worth it for you, for sure. But also, you can kind of tell once you start to have companies reach out to you, you can kind of tell the companies that actually believe in you and your channel and are reaching out and being genuinely interested in working with you, and those that are just mass emailing content creators. Because I had a terrarium company reach out to me on Instagram, and they're a fairly newer company, but they like said, I love your channel, like details about me that I could tell that they like invested some time into looking into my page, you know? And they were like, you know, we just wanted to know if we can send you a terrarium. We just really want to know what you think. And they didn't even really ask me to do anything. And while I don't do terrariums, I was like, that'd be great. Like maybe I could do a video on it. But companies that do that are 9 times out of 10, a content creator is going to take that product, and if they like it, they're going to want to talk about it and like screenshot it from the rooftops, you know? So I feel like just like, you know, if you're a company and you're listening to this podcast, maybe just trusting that your product is that great that people will really love to talk about it is enough when you're reaching out to content creators. Again, know your worth. And if it's something that you don't need and that you feel like it's going to take time and effort into creating, then, you know, send them your rates.
Yeah. And the thing is that I'm learning, because I just signed on with the management, the thing that I'm learning from them is it's a lot easier to work with companies who are already advertising on YouTube. So like companies that you see other creators working with, if you reach out to them, they're already putting marketing dollars into YouTube. They already know that it works, because it does. I work in marketing, and I know that influencer marketing works, or else people wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
So reaching out to companies like that, you know, if you're a free agent and, you know, you are willing to do that and put yourself out there, I mean, sending that first email saying, hey, I would love to work with you. Here's an example of me talking about a product, you know, like something like that would be really great. I've actually done that a few times and worked with people just by doing that. So, you know, and you can get money out of that. You can get a product. You can, I don't know, if you want to make this an income stream for you, that is absolutely possible. I think it's a lot easier, especially if coming from like a plant creator, it's a lot easier to start with companies who are already working on YouTube, because a lot of plant companies are not at all. And it's really sad, because a couple companies that are like very well known in the plant community have reached out to me and offered me product exchange for video. And when I say I don't do that, I ask for payment, they're like, oh, well, never mind.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, and it's sad, because these are companies that I genuinely like and like would love to work with and promote. But that makes me sad to know that they wouldn't value my time.
Right.
Like, it's $300, you know, well, not anymore, but you know what I mean? Like, just to put a number on it, like at the time it was not that much money. And
well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, well, as your channel grows, your rates go up. But, like, I wasn't asking for that much, So, I don't know. It's just kind of, it's disheartening to see that. So, I don't know. I think it's important to, like, wait for the companies that'll pay.
I had that one. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I had that one company that I really respected and was super excited to work with, and you and I, all of us were in a chat about it, but it was like a $30 product that they wanted me to make a video. So like if you spend 5 hours, 10 hours on a video, it breaks down to like $3 an hour, $6 an hour, like well below a wage. And I'm not trying to be ungrateful here, but this company is a large company, and I know that I would bring them sales with a video. So it was like I sent a media kit, and they were just like, "Oh, we're not paying anybody. We don't have a budget for that." I'm like, "Well, I don't believe you."
Right.
Because people talk to other people. We know.
Yeah, we know.
Don't try to pull a fast on, but because I think that's where they get it is kind of just like the wage disparity in our country. Every company is like, you cannot discuss your wage. Well, that's just a way to keep people from knowing
underpaid
how they value each person based on gender, based on sexuality, based on whatever.
Yep.
And so like cut that shit out. We all need to be open about like, if you've been offered a certain amount of money for a brand deal, like I feel comfortable saying that. I mean, I haven't yet, but
Yeah. Sometimes, and with that, sometimes you're contractually
Yes.
not allowed to share the number, but
True.
And maybe you could give a ballpark, or if someone is actually like personally asking you one-on-one, I think that it may be different than if you're like, this brand paid me $700 to do XYZ. Like I've been in chats with creators who are like, yeah, they paid me this much, you should be getting more. So like, yeah, publicly I probably wouldn't share that, but with you guys it's different. And like, if the brand was reaching out to me and offering me whatever, that's really important. There's actually an Instagram, I think it's called Influencer Pay Gap, where people will say like, as much information about themselves as they want, like their name, like basically their demographics, their name, their race, age, whatever, stuff like that. And then they'll say, they don't say the exact company, I don't think, but they'll be like, skincare company offered me X amount. Maybe they say the brand. I don't think they do though. I think it's just skincare company.
What is
it
called?
Or like furniture. Influencer Pay Gap, I think.
Influencer Pay Gap. I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, and they also, you can say like your niche and stuff like that. But yeah.
And we're kind of getting to over an hour, and we want to get to some listener questions. But I did want to say that one thing that Becca really opened my eyes to was a media kit, because I had no idea what a media kit was.
Yep.
And that is basically like it's like your resume for content creation. So basically what I did with mine, I found it on Wix, because no, not Wix. What's that site?
Canva.
And I edited it like how I wanted it, my theming. I chose like, well, here's my stats as far as like follower count and my growth rate, etc. It's really just a way to like sell yourself, and then you can list your prices. So anytime a brand reached,
yeah,
anytime a brand contacted me, gosh, this is like a hard
words are hard
day
today.
for English.
Words are hard.
They would be like, we'd like to offer you this, or we'd like to collaborate. That's the one that gets me, when they say we want to collaborate, and then they like, but we don't want to pay you, we just product for placement. I was like, well, collaboration means it's the mutual benefit. I don't need a planter.
Right.
So if you want to collaborate, then we're going to figure this out. But anyway, I would always say like, oh, would you like me to send my media kit? And some of them say, yes, we would like to see it. And then as soon as they see it, they say, well, we're not paying people. So I'm like, well,
why did you
what a
make
media
me waste
kit
my
was.
time? Yeah.
Yeah. But it's smart to have one, because you can, you put a value on your time and your effort. And that's something I learned from Becca, because I had no idea what a media kit was. So if you're a content creator, you're newer to it, look into that and create a media kit for yourself. I think that's a good first step to, communicating with brands, etc.
And I apologize if you've already said this, but Social Blue Book is a great site to kind of plug in your numbers and see. Okay.
Oh, we didn't say it yet, but also, side note on Social Blue Book, Nicole, I went on a couple weeks ago, a month ago.
I don't think it's free anymore.
It's not free anymore.
No.
As of I went on in December, so it was not a couple weeks ago. LOL, it's at May, but it's not free anymore.
No,
can you believe that?
I know.
What
and
the heck?
I want to say it's not that cheap. I want to say it's like maybe $15 a month. Like they couldn't start with like a $5 a month plan. Like, come on, you know?
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're constantly getting reached out by brands and, you know, you're growing constantly too, so your rates are forever going to be changing, I think that it's fair, you know, just to do it if it's worth it for you and your channel. I think it's...
Yeah. And another tip on this, the last thing that I'll say on the note is if a brand has reached out to you and it's clear that they're going to offer you money, or even if it's not clear, I like to say, what's your budget? Because that puts the ball in their court. Because if you say, you know, I'm charging $500 for YouTube integration, but their budget is like $1,000, they're going to be like, sweet, we get to save that money. And like, good for them, you know. Obviously, we like don't hate companies. We want the companies to do well as well, obviously.
Right.
This all sounds very like, we hate companies. That's not true, because they also have a bottom line to meet. You know, they have a marketing budget. It's just when the marketing budget is zero, that's a problem. So just want to clarify that. But the point is, ask them what they can offer you first, and then you can negotiate, because I think that's really a smart thing to do, in addition to the media kit. But like, you know, asking what their budget is. And I think like photographers do this a lot of the time. They won't put their prices on the website. The company that I worked for, the prices are not on the website because it just fluctuates. It's all customized.
Yep.
So
that's true.
Think of yourself like that too, you know?
Yeah. And
we have a hard end.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
I just wanted to make you aware of the time.
Yeah. Thank you.
We have a hard end.
I do like that advice as far as like what's your budget, or what do you have to offer? Because it really does irk me when someone says, "What are you laughing at?"
Because she's like, a hard end.
Oh.
Sorry.
Somebody has a hard end, and it ain't Adam. Stiff business guy.
But I already kind of touched on it. But when they reach out and be like, "We'd like to collaborate," it just like, I don't know why that irks me so much, because they're like,
yeah,
it's not a collaboration. It's you do all the work and we get the reward. Like, that's not how collaborating works.
No, it's not, sweetie.
At all.
Sweetie.
Okay, we have...
Let's jump into some listener questions. If you guys don't know, or if maybe this is your first episode, we tell people to submit questions to our email, pottedtogetherpodcast@gmail.com. You can get there through our Instagram page @pottedtogether, or you could just email it. But we like to have emails because it's more organized and we can answer any questions you ask, plant, personal. We'll choose if we want to answer them or not. But yeah. So if you have any questions, you can attach photos, whatever, on the email, and we will pick a few each episode and answer. So that's what we're going to do now.
Cool. Okay. So Kara Bebop on Instagram asks what our star signs are.
Ooh, should we do like our big three?
I only know like the main astrology, like I'm a Gemini. Is that what they mean by star signs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. I'm not that into like horoscopes and stuff, so I don't really, know much about it, but I just know I'm more of a Gemini, I guess.
Okay.
I'm on the cusp. I'm a Taurus and a Gemini.
Okay. Why was I thinking that you were a Taurus? That's right. You're on the cusp.
Yeah.
I think you give like Taurus vibes big time.
Yeah, right?
Maybe that's like your
so?
moon.
Yeah.
Or your
I have
rising.
mine.
Maybe Taurus is something else.
I think your rising sign is what you present as. So I bet that Nicole is a rising Taurus. Because it's like what you present to the world. Like you're
Yeah.
a Gemini, but you present as a Taurus.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, not an expert on this at all. I just downloaded CoStar once and I feel like I know everything.
CoStar is the best. Wait, we should add each other on CoStar, all three of us.
We should. Then we can see if we're compatible. Maybe
Sexually.
not.
No, just kidding. There's like a sexual compatibility thing on there, which is awkward.
Yeah, there is.
That's so awkward, but let's do it.
It is so awkward.
Okay, so my sun sign is a Gemini. So that's like, the date I was born. I'm a Gemini. My moon sign is Aquarius and my rising is a Cancer.
Okay.
Oh, you do have Cancer vibes.
Do I?
Oh my God. Yes.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
No, my mom's a Cancer as her rising. I don't know what anything else is, but like Cancers are like emotional.
Oh yeah, I'm totally emo. What's your signs?
Okay, my sun sign is Aries, my moon is Virgo, and my rising is Pisces.
Pisces.
I know nothing
Nice.
about any of those. I don't. I genuinely don't even know what my husband is.
Okay,
Well, you should
Nicole
download
needs to do some
CoStar.
research.
It has you put in your information. To really get it down to like the nitty gritty, you need to know the time you were born.
I do.
Because the rising sign
And the
depends
location.
on like the hour that you were born
Got it.
and the location and the date, yada yada yada. But it'll give you all those answers if you download it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
Hashtag
I
not
never
sponsored.
like yeah, I know, not sponsored. We wish. But like I never really identified with Aries. Like I always saw Aries and I was like, like at my worst I can see that I'm an Aries because I'm very like fiery and whatever else. My temperament can be very Aries, but like I always felt like more like a Pisces. And it makes sense that my rising is a Pisces because that's how I act,
Yeah.
Would you say that I give off Pisces vibes or what do you think?
Well, maybe this is like a really Gemini thing, but like I don't really look at the other ones that don't pertain to me, so I don't really know.
Same.
Oh my God.
I don't know what a Pisces is
Same.
supposed to be.
Okay, well, do some research, sweetie. Get back to me.
Okay.
How about
So
the
next
audience tells
question.
us? Does it make sense?
Oh, so today I have power in routine, thinking and creativity, spirituality and self, and I have trouble with social life and sex and love. That's me in a nutshell today.
That's you today. Aw. Hey,
Okay.
creativity. That's a plus.
Next question.
Next question.
Yeah. Make a
All
freaking
right.
video, dude.
Earth to Bonita on Instagram asks, how many languages do each of us speak?
Oh man, this is gonna be a boring answer for all of us,
Ew.
which is so sad. Ugh, we're so American. Gross. Okay.
I speak one. I can speak a little and understand a little bit of Spanish, but that is absolutely it.
Same with me. I speak English and I'm kind of fluent in gay, but that's really just like a subtext of English.
Oh my gosh, I speak English. This is the only language that I feel comfortable speaking often, but I did do Spanish for all summer on Duolingo.
Hey.
And I grew up in Tucson, so I would say I understand Spanish really well, but if it came to me speaking, it would not be good, but I can navigate around Mexico. I can tell you that much.
There you go.
And then French. I took French for like 4 years in school. I did okay in Paris and Nice, but it wasn't great. That's it.
My daughter's taking Mandarin, and can I just tell you that I don't know how she
It's impressive.
like super impressive because that's a hard language.
Yeah.
There's this guy on YouTube that Steve had came across his channel, but he's a white American, but he speaks like Mandarin perfectly. And there's like videos of him going to these restaurants and he
Yes.
talks Mandarin, and then the people are just like,
Holy
you
shit.
speak this very well. Yeah, they're like super impressed. And I love watching the videos because like, I don't know. I think that's awesome. That's an
Yeah.
amazing skill to have. And I wish that,
Yeah.
my education would have, I shouldn't say that because I can still learn a language now. I just haven't, but it's
It
not a
would be
very,
really hard.
it's not a very like it's not promoted much in American education.
No.
And I feel like other
Yeah.
cultures and other countries, they are, a lot smarter than us, and they're taking multiple languages
encourage
for
it.
a lot more years.
Yeah.
I just had 2 years of Spanish in high school, and that was it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had 4, so I should know more than I know. But Duolingo, I'm glad you brought that up. Also, hashtag not sponsored. Mia was taking Korean, and like it's a really good app, like program to help you if you're looking to learn another language, like even later in life.
Yeah,
it's
for
pretty
sure.
cool.
Yeah. And I just, I think that I'm just taking my opportunity to shoot my shot at the American education system, but nobody with an understanding of language acquisition set this up. Like, they did not consult a single linguist when they set this up, because the language learning, there's like a critical period that ends like after age 5 or
Yeah.
something like that. Like 10 or something, there's just like a period of your life where you just absorb languages like a sponge. And then once that's over, it is so hard to learn.
Right.
And we don't
Yeah.
introduce a second language until a child is like 14 at the youngest, like 12 in some schools, but that's past the critical period by a couple years. So not a single linguist was informed about this. I just know it. It's just really sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad, because then you expect people to like figure it out when it's their brain is working against them at that point. But whatever.
Way to go, America.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, those are the few audience questions. So if you have questions, again, submit them to pottedtogetherpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at pottedtogether, as the podcast individually, My Clean Leaves, De La Plants, and Not Dude. And also don't forget to check out our YouTube channel where we have collaborations. The most recent one, Truth or Drink, got a little saucy, got a little tipsy, and then some more coming out in the future.
Yes.
Yep. At the
think
end of
that's-
every month.
Yes, the last Monday of every month. Well, the last Monday.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to aim for. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for. But thank you for tuning in this week, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.